think the fish are biting? All right, let's get the out of here. All right, guys, on today's episode, we're gonna be checking out the Parents Pond in some tornado weather. As you can see, we got some dark clouds rolling in here. It'll be here within the next hour and a half. So we're gonna see if that actually has any sort of effect on how the fish are biting, and we're gonna be primarily going for bass. So wish me luck. So from the looks of it, we're gonna be dealing with a lot of moss here on the edge. So I'm gonna test it out here with a crankbait. Nice orange one here, shallow water crankbait. Also, if there's anybody out there that has a willow infestation like this one that you're seeing, you know, shoot us a comment and let us know how to deal with this, because, you know, they are quite invasive. Get some of these willows out of the way. Man, I can't stand these things. You cut them down and they grow back just as fast. And they're just everywhere. They can really overrun a pond. Doing this with my sharp, I don't know what you call it, like a utility knife with all these tools on it. Man, these things just grow back like crazy. They're like weeds. They're like weed trees, you know? Tree weeds. The weed of trees. That should be good. Get set up here. I like it. You are about to meet your maker, Mr. Crankbait. All right, that was cringe. All right, let's get started here. I'm thinking they're gonna be right along the edge of this moss here. Perfect guess. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Some of this mossy shit. Oh. Okay, so this is weird. Okay, so I don't know if you guys saw that, but there was a crappie that actually got stuck to that somehow. He wasn't even hooked. He was like caught in the moss. I missed him, but hopefully I caught that on camera. It was a crappie, a really nice sized one. But we're going for bass. So that was the first cast. That was really weird. Yeah, this is kind of what I was worried about. It's a lot of moss, but we don't really have a whole lot of time here because this storm's rolling in pretty quick. And you could probably hear it in the footage right now. So I'm gonna go more this direction, try and avoid all that mess over there on the right that we got tangled up in there and lost the cast. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be a crappie kind of day. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh my God. Okay. That was the top of the moss there. Okay, so top water's working. Oh my goodness. That bad boy out. Man, he didn't waste any time. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful largemouth. That's a mama right there, I believe. Hit it right off the top of the moss there. My guess, I don't know. If I were a betting man, I'm gonna say 2.8 pounds, maybe 3, maybe more. I don't know, man. Sometimes it can be kind of deceiving. Yeah, about 3.5. Hope I catch you again. Beautiful fish. Hopefully we catch another one like that. I think we will though, because that was only the second cast. They know that tornado's coming. Oh, there's lightning. We don't care about lightning. All right, I'm gonna go right along that same area, right along that moss line right there. Right out there in the middle. But I think they're in the moss. I think we just drag it right over the top. Oh, I'm getting probably a crappie, right? Yep. No? All right, we're gonna drag it along the top. Oops. Maybe I ought to throw a topwater frog on this. Who knows? They're probably sitting there thinking, who the hell is crazy enough to jump around on this moss right now? All right, I've just decided I'm gonna change it up to a topwater frog because there's a lot of action going on in the moss. So we're gonna hook that up right now. Gotta hurry though because the storm's coming in. I don't mind fishing in the rain, but I don't want to get struck by lightning. We're gonna use the same color. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? What kind of knot do you guys use? I always use a polymer knot. Just, you know, basic, always works. I guess it kind of depends on like what kind of bait I'm using. That'll do. It's gonna be too good. Once I get this baby set up, I bet they're gonna be just wailing on this sucker. Because right now, I don't really know the science behind why the bite kicks on during storms like this. Maybe one of you old timers can explain it to me, but I believe it's just obviously something to do with the barometric pressure. And like they're trying to get a read on that and basically stuff themselves in case they can't eat for a couple days, because storms can kind of throw them for a loop. At least that's how I would summarize it. I don't know. Maybe one of you smart cookies in the comments can correct me. All right, let's try this out. So we're moving positions here. We're gonna go more at the corner of the pond. It's just a better angle for top water. There's a lot more over here, and this is a great bass fishing spot right here. So it's kind of funny. We actually have some year-round bank poles set up because, well, this will probably be a series at some point, but we put a couple flatheads in here. One was like a 2-pounder, and then the other one was a 25-pounder that I caught. Well, we put it in here because we didn't feel like cleaning them. It was late at night, and I brought it home, and, well, my dad just told me to throw it in the pond. So that'll be a fun little story there, and we'll try and get that out of here, and we're gonna film that as well. So the 2-pounder is probably a good 10 to 15 by now, because he's probably just been sucking up bluegill all day. But when we tried it, we've tried it twice with those bank poles. The only thing we really catch with those is largemouth bass, which at the time I didn't even know that was really possible. So mainly the large one is the one we're wanting to get out, because he's still in here somewhere. We haven't seen it wash up on the beach or anything. So, but we got a different lure on now because the other one was, I guess, defective. This one's more of a plopper frog, so you can kind of throw it anywhere. So let's see how this one goes. I'm gonna throw it out towards the water. Ooh, man. That storm's nasty. Interesting. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw that lightning, but that was crazy. Probably need to wrap it up here soon. Hopefully I can get one more. That rain's starting to come in. That doesn't bother me. Lightning. That's about it. Since we have a top water frog on though, we might try one more spot towards the shallow end of the pond. But I mean, I'm not gonna stick around too much longer with all this storm chasing. Just a jungle. I feel like I'm in Vietnam. There's one of our bank poles. One of our bank poles got washed up. All right, this is officially the last spot I'm gonna try right here. I need to invest in some new lures. This thing's just sticking. All right. Yeah, they're not biting. All right, our storm is here. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it. So we finished off with, I don't know if you could count the crappie, but we'll call it a fish and a half, because I got a finger on that crappie. I felt him. So yeah, but yeah, nice 3.5 pound largemouth, and kind of skunked after that of the storm. Moved in pretty quick here, so I'm taking my ass back inside. Don't try this at home, kids. You get struck by lightning. I'm just doing this because, well, I don't know. Maybe I'm an idiot. Walk through the jungle. Walk through the jungle. Until next time.